Hey everybody, we are back, and thank you for taking that little brief uh, break with me so that we could reset our cameras and get us ready to show you how Pilates can help you with balance. Now, many times, balance exercises that we normally do in the studio with an apparatus. For me, I do that with an apparatus called a chair, and sometimes I use the backside or the side poles or the uprights of a Cadillac. To mimic that same thing in your home, I have the benefit of having a fireplace with a nice mantle. If that's not your setup at home, you can find a sturdy chair by which you can place your hand on the back of the chair and work some of these exercises. Now, what I like to do with my clients when we're focusing on balance is the first thing we do is stand with your feet about hip bone distance apart. Now, these are your hip bones. You don't want, these are not your hips, but these are the bony bones. And we want to be about that far apart. And we want to find the tallest version of ourselves. You want to think about a string that has descended from the ceiling that has attached itself to a hook on your head that gently lifts you nice and tall, because that's the posture that we're going into. As we live life, guys, let's be honest. We're like this on the cell phone. We're like this on the laptop. And we often find ourselves staying in those positions unbeknownst to us. So when you take Pilates, we can help you find that. So for this exercise, I'm going to place my hand on the mantle. I'm going to bring my feet about hip bone distance apart, and I want to find the tallest version of myself. To do that, I simply feel myself lifting from my sternum, which is the middle of the chest, and feeling my body elongating, going upward towards the ceiling. What we're going to do to foster balance is take the leg and place it behind us. And this is something that's very, very simple. But what you want to think about is you're going to straighten, you're going to open up your hip, and we're going to extend our hip, and we're going to straighten that knee, not lock it out. If you're hyperextended, be mindful of your end range. You don't want your leg popping out like that, but just extend it. And that's kind of like pulling that knee joint up, and I want you to float your foot off the floor. When you float your foot off the floor, I want your toe to point towards the floor, and what you will feel is activation of your hip extensor. It is hard to do this even when I'm holding on to the mantle. This is a balance bear, and then you're going to bring it back. So I'm always going to encourage you to hold on to something as you begin your balance practice. When we're doing that, when we're focusing on lengthening the body and going into that nice extension of the hip, knee, and also the ankle joint, we're going to activate not only the glute muscles, but I want you to pull the abdominals towards your spine, and that will hopefully give you a taller balance. I see a lot of people in my class doing this. That's almost an RDL. That's not what we're doing. We're not hinging forward. We're lengthening tall. We're pointing the toe. We're extending through the hip joint, the knee joint, and the ankle joint to foster some balance and some activity in the glutes. We are in a world where we are seated a lot. What happens is we get muscular imbalances. These muscles are tight. These muscles are weak, and we want to balance those muscles. So what does that look like if I don't hold on to my mantle? If you want to start and you're not holding, my encouragement for you is to place the ball of your foot on the mat and just find your place of balance. Now, this could be where you're balanced. Maybe placing your hands on your hips can be where you feel more balanced. But this gets to be a little bit challenging. I want you to draw your abdominals in. So that's our Pilates principles, engaging the core, keeping the hip extended through the hip, through the knee, and then we're going to float that foot off the floor. Now, this is hard for me because you see I almost fell. Balance can be a bear. And then bring it back. Same thing other side. So the one thing you can do, and normally, like I said, I'd be doing this on a Pilates chair, I'd be doing something much different than this particular exercise. But to do this at home, this is a great way to start. You stand with your hand on something sturdy. You bring your body nice and long. You step behind you, extending your hip, extending your knee, but not locking the knee out so that you will hurt the knee or torque it incorrectly. And then you float the toe off the floor. And what you'll find out is one side of you probably balances better than the other side. And then bring it back. So we start here, number one, here, and just hold here. And then our second position would be holding. Number two, engage the core, lift, and then bring it back. Those are ways that Pilates can help you with balance and posture. The posture part is finding where you are. Feet are hip bone distance apart. Lengthening your body all the way from the feet to the top of your head. Finding yourself nice and long. Nice posture. Adding balance. Placing one foot behind you. Floating that foot up and engaging the core. And then bringing yourself forward. That not only helps you with posture, it helps you with balance, and it also helps you with muscular balance, muscular balance. These are the things that can help us in Pilates. Breathing techniques can help to foster a reduction in stress, both mentally and physically. Doing the active exercises of Pilates, inflection and extension and rotation and lateral flexion can help you work the muscles in all movement areas. And standing balance is a great way to foster balance, finding your tall posture, and facilitating balance and muscular balance in your body. I hope that you enjoyed the presentation that we've done here today. And if you'd like to know more about Pilates or would like to work more with me about Pilates, you can always reach me at taylorfit4@gmail.com or hit me up on my website at wellfit, www.wellfit.org. Looking forward to hearing from you and learning what you think about our program today and doing some more connection. Thanks so much for joining me, and happy Joseph Pilates Day. Have a great day. Bye now.